Hi BCC, David here. We're in day 6 of week 6 and it's all about financial well-being this week, and today it's about prayer. Prayer to do with financial well-being, that is. Interesting, because I started my career in a Scottish bank, the Clydesdale and North of Scotland Bank, which is no more. And they were 8 really interesting good years. Didn't get paid much, £15 a month when I started. But very enjoyable. And one of the things I enjoyed the most before I went on into foreign exchange and investments was the work on the counter. You met so many different interesting people, and sometimes the individuals who came in, you got to know them really well, and sometimes they would share with you just some of the stresses that they had with not having enough money, usually not very many, because they had too much. Although there's stress with that as well, so I'm told. So this morning, I just want to talk about a little bit about what it means to make sure that your finances have the smile of God upon them. I must confess that when I was young, that finance and God didn't go together. I mean, I thought, well, God's not interested in finance. And I had this idea, as Christians did in those days very often, I hope they still don't today, which was that my life in God is over here, and finances and money and all that kind of other stuff is somewhere over there, which God is not interested in, and I don't really want him to be interested in my finances anyway. It might get a bit difficult. So I didn't even start praying about finance until Maureen and I were in London, and I was at Bible college, and we began to be really tight for money, really tight. And that carried on for the first 11 years when we were at Bible college, and then in our first church in Notting Hill. And we began to pray then. I began to pray then because I wanted to be sure that I could provide the essentials for my wife and for our 3 children. And then one day, Maureen began to broach the subject with me about tithing. And if you're not sure what that is, well, it's giving the first 10% of your income to God. Before tax, before national insurance, all that we have is God's, 100%. And he asks us to give, just as a starter, he asks us to give 10% to him. And I was a bit taken aback when she suggested that we needed to begin to tithe. How are we going to do that and still be able to survive when we seem to be always scraping the barrel? I had to begin to talk to God about that. It took me quite a while to actually do the business with him, which was, God, all that I am and all that I have is yours, and I'm going to trust you to be as good as your promise, because one of God's wonderful names is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides, and the Lord who knows beforehand what you need. It also has that connotation, that meaning as well. And so we did get tithing. Eventually, I was the slow one. Maureen was there long before me. And that's become such a joy over the years. Such a joy to be able to have an open hand with finance. You may think it's a particular problem for a Scot, but I don't think so. I think it's just one of the issues that men especially have, I think, more than women, is releasing our finance to God. And I just want to say to you, I just want to encourage you to do this. I can't believe, as I look back now from my old age, I can't believe how God has provided for us. I just don't know how he's done it. Often Maureen and I will say to each other, how has God done this? How has God provided all that over the years? Talking about specific things. How has he given us what he's given us? And we can't make it out. It's an absolute miracle for which we thank God day by day by day. So take a few moments just to thank God that all that you are and have is his. You know that scripture in 1 Corinthians says, you're not your own. You are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God. May he help you to do the business with him that you need to do. Bye.